as tensions continue to rise over the proposed mosque right near Ground Zero, a 9/11 responder is taking matters into his own hands by suing the developers for $350 million. And they're here right now. Vincent Forras and his attorney, Larry Klayman. Vincent, you are a volunteer firefighter over in Westchester, and Larry Klayman, we know you, Larry.
Thank you, Brian.
You are filing this suit. Why, Vincent?
For me, again, as one who responded to Ground Zero as a first responder, that was a terrible attack on America and our way of life. And I believe now, with the feelings that are going on and all the talk about compassion and bridge building and such, there's very much of a lack of compassion in bridge building to put something on Ground Zero. So it's enough is enough.
Vincent, this caught my attention last week when I heard about it. Larry, you take this case and you come up with a figure, $350 million. Why do you think this is a legal issue?
Well, it's an estimate. This is a class action. Vinny's very brave to come forward. He's coming forward on behalf of first responders and everyone in this country because we're doing what the politicians won't do. We're representing the American people, and we estimated what the damage would be, but in fact the class could be very large by the end of this case being over, and that may be even a low amount.
So this is the suit I hold in my hand.
That's it.
You're going to be filing today. Now, you think the important element of this will be the process of discovery. Why?
Well, follow the money. We're going to unmask the mosque, in effect. We know from the past that one of the big donors to the imam and also the mosque gave to the Holy Land Foundation, and that was indicted, that entity. It was a nonprofit that was a front for terrorist operations by the U.S. government, by the Justice Department in Dallas, Texas, and they were convicted. So therefore, where there's smoke, there's fire. Now, the imam was asked on television just last week where the money was coming from. It looked like he had swallowed a canary. He couldn't say, and he wouldn't say. It's very likely that this mosque is tied in with terrorist interests, and that's what we're going to be getting at during this lawsuit for discovery.
Are you mad at Muslims? Are you mad at the Islamic religion? Is that why you're doing this?
No, not at all. As a matter of fact, as a first responder, we don't ask the color in the dark running into a fire of who we're going to rescue. I feel very disappointed in our elected officials and our representatives that it takes us, we the people, to actually utilize our system rather than having our system used against us.
But Larry, it's the First Amendment. You have the right to do this, right?
Sure. This is our right. We're doing it legally. We're doing it appropriately.
But doesn't he have the right to build a mosque there?
There's no First Amendment right when there's a question of security. See, our case is not based on an attack on Islam. Our case is saying this is a nuisance. It creates a security threat for the neighborhood. It raises the cost, the taxes to the people of New York to have to defend it. And the President himself and the Attorney General recognized when they moved, or said they were going to move, the Khalid Sheikh Mohammed trial in the same area, that this is a security threat. So it's not even in dispute. That's the basis of our suit, plus emotional distress against Vinny and the others who have been devastated by this whole thing.
Well, Larry, we know you are relentless, and we know you're going to pursue this hard like you do all your cases. We'll look forward to this being served and for tracking this along the way.
Thank you,
Larry,
Brian.
thanks for coming in.
God bless.
And thank you, and thanks for being down there on that day.
Thank you.
All right.